so I apologize for missing, but please be sure you have a chance to say hello. So I'm going to turn it back to Becky, and I don't want my comments to at all influence the next steps here, but I'm going to be listening and thinking. I'm serious about that. I want to listen to and think about the work that we're all going to do at our tables and come back through a perspective that says there are only 2 touchstones and maybe only 1. So I'd never heard the definition of a hard rock rubbed against a precious metal, and then you measure the residue to determine the value. So Maggie White is our hard rock, and we rub her against the learning environment, and when we've rubbed enough, we give her a degree because of the knowledge and the skill sets that we have, and then we watch whether that residue adds value to her life and her community's life going forward. So a student is a touchstone by that definition. And one could also make a case, and I could be persuaded there are more, that the second touchstone is community. Because the Maggie Whites of the world go into that community and then leave their residue on the community in terms of higher quality of life, less crime, better economy, the list goes on and on. So maybe it's the transformation of students and communities that are our 2 touchstones, which means we're going to have a whole bunch of touchstonettes when we're done. But I'm going to just use that as a lens as I think about our discussion going forward, which is around a lot more variables than what I just mentioned. Just wanted to share that with you.
So that's some fine distillation for you. Nonetheless, we've created all these whiteboards, and we're sure as hell not going to leave them on the floor. So, so every table has a, quote, facilitator, and you know who you are. Every facilitator raise their hand. Okay, so now you know who the facilitator is at your table. And the facilitator will help you find a scribe or somebody to record your deep thinking from your table. We do, there's no doubt that there's going to be a lot of overlap and there's going to be distillation of ideas. But each facilitator needs to come up here and grab one of these whiteboards. That is your touchstone for your work group's activities. You have, the facilitator will tell you what to do next. Come get your whiteboard.
By the way, just for clarity, you're not allowed to look at the whiteboard before you pick it. You can't go through and pick the one you want. That's why they're turned this other direction. You get what you get. I know you get it. I know you're going to gain the system. So yeah. You know where they are. What are you doing? You grab ours because I do know where they all are. So it'd be cheap.
Get a good one, Kelsey.
Spring is a lot of creative ideas you may not know. Spring, right?